Alright guys, moment of truth. I have no idea if this thing turns or not, so we're gonna... Oh, what? What's up everyone? Welcome back. My name's Jordan. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My last episode, I went out to California, drove 2,000 miles or 2,100 miles each way to pick up a broken jet boat. And today we're going to talk about everything that is broken and wrong with this thing and give you a little overview. For those that don't know, this is a 1973 Hondo Day Cruiser. It's a 21-foot jet boat, and I had to put new wheels on new tires on this thing and rewire the trailer plug, and I towed it 2,100 miles home from Sonora, California to Wisconsin. Definitely needs some work. I do not know if the engine turns over in this thing. Looks like it's a little crusty and got some corrosion on it. Surprisingly, the floor and the transom and the stringers, from what I can see, don't look like they're in too bad a shape. As you can see, the molding up front here is kind of fallen down, so I might just end up taking that off or find something to replace it, or who knows. Haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do with that. It does have on the gel coat a little bit of crow's footing in some spots, like back here, but it's original gel coat. It's never been painted, never been cleared over, and I think that is pretty cool. The other thing that was wrong with this boat is, and I've already got it apart the other day, I forgot to film it, but the jet nozzle, the steering nozzle on this has got a Jacuzzi YJ on it. Actually has a rudder, and the rudder hit a rock and broke the nozzle off. And if we come over here, I'll show you it, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of some other stuff that's going on in here. This is my 27 Ford Model T with a flat head. We'll talk about that later. But if you come over here, you can see this nozzle actually broke, and right at the pivot point. So that was broken, but I've got another nozzle over here for it. So we're gonna play around with it and check that out. We're gonna play around with it today and see, number one, does the motor turn over? Two, can I get that nozzle back on? And just see what happens. Right. Well, I got the back seats and the dog shed out, and now we can take a look at this Olds 455. Looks like a Hardin Marine equipped, but looking at it, it's got an Edelbrock intake manifold, but it also has KA heads on it, which are W30 big valve replacements. So it makes me wonder if somebody's been in here before. And then if you look down here, you can see it looks like it's got a bigger oil pan on it. So I think somebody's been into this motor before. So I don't know if this thing was ran in salt water or what, and why there's so much corrosion on there. You can see some of the woodland creatures have made a little bit of a mess down here. I'll have to get that all cleaned out and vacuumed out. I'm gonna take a pry bar and see if this thing will actually even turn over. Hey guys, moment of truth. I have no idea if this thing turns or not, so we're gonna... Oh, what? What? Hold on. Let's see if it turns. Feels like it's got compression. Hold on. This is kind of hard to do, holding the camera in. Let's put that on there. She turns over. Maybe I'll take that battery out and see if I can't bump her over with another battery and a key. Well, I forgot to film it, but I threw a battery on it and all I got was a click. And I pulled the starter and tested the starter solenoid, and then jumped the solenoid and ran the motor. The motor would run when I jumped it. So replaced the starter solenoid with a new one. Now I'm working on putting it back in there, getting it all hooked up, and I'm hoping that maybe I can bump this baby over with the key and see what happens from there. All right, so I got that starter in, got the battery hooked up. We're going to wonder if any... Oh, I don't know if that's the blower or the bilge pump. Something's clicking back there. I'm guessing that this has dual saddle tanks. I'm wondering if there's a valve or a solenoid back there. Something there works. Holy smokes. Hey, that must be for navigation lights. Look at that. Oh. And it keeps on cranking with the key out. It does crank over though, so that's cool. Try it again. Just, nope. Yep, I don't have the key in. All right, I'll have to figure that out. Could be one of those wires is kind of questionable. I've had starters in the past where they draw so much amperage that sometimes they'll weld that solenoid open even after it's done. So maybe I'll have to pull that back out. Who knows? All right, so we're gonna run into the Fleet Farm. If you don't have one of these in your area, you're really missing out. It has just about anything and everything you could ever want. All right, let's see what we got. Top post. Top post, top post, 56. Most 20. Should take care of what we need. When was the last time you were at a place that had stuff to rebuild your starter? Look at that. GM starter so hard. Got our battery cables. Let's go home and put them on and see what happens. Well, we got new battery cables on there. And got the battery hooked up. Try it again. Still same thing. So maybe I gotta shim that starter. That's what I'll try next. So this is confusing. So it keeps on cranking while it's on there. I do not have power after I turn the key off going to the starter solenoid. I put a test light on there. So I put it on the test bench to see what happens. And I've got my little remote here. And if I... So I've got a new solenoid on there, new spring in there. I don't know what to think. So I even tried shimming the starter to see if the contact was too close, to see if it was maybe pushing on the gear on the starter, making it so tight that it wouldn't pull back, but that doesn't seem to be the issue either. So I don't know what's going on. It's a 9-tooth. So I looked at Hardin Marine's website. That says it's a 9-tooth too. Everything looks the same as far as I can tell. So I don't know what's going on. All right. So I got a new starter for it, and that seemed to have fixed my issues. So I'm just going to throw a little carbon choke cleaner, starter fluid down there, and hit this guy. I think this thing will run. All right, so I decided to hook up a gas can and cranked it over. I think I got some fuel up into the carb. So we're gonna turn the ignition on and see. Holy smokes, this thing runs. Okay, well, me and a friend took out all the upholstery and vacuumed up all the carpet, got most of the big crap out. Put all the stuff back inside. I still want to steam clean the carpet. We also ran it through just a self-service car wash to get all the road grime off. It still needs to be washed again. But for now, I think we're doing pretty good for just one day into this. We'll catch you next time.